Okay. Next up, we have Eric Ripko, who leads the residential energy efficiency team at BGE. You're going to see a lot of BGE. They were the first utility to certify. So, you know, we're really proud of that work that we are here at the EPA. Eric has served in various roles at BGE and its parent company, Exelon, over the past 16 years, including finance, operations, credit risk, and energy acquisition. Eric holds a bachelor's degree in finance and international business and an MBA with a concentration in accounting from Loyola. And with a background in finance, Eric loves the convenience and information that smart home devices provide. So to our smart home enthusiast, I'm going to turn this over.
I'll say I love the convenience of the smart home, and I just moved to a new home, and it has all my smart home stuff is at my old house, so I'm suffering right now and from a bit of withdrawal on that. But looking forward to all the new technologies that are out there as I build a new smart home. But Eric Rupko from Baltimore Gas and Electric. So I'm very excited to be here today, and thanks everybody for sticking around on the afternoon of the last day as well. So, really quick overview. Baltimore Gas and Electric is part of the larger Exelon family. We're the largest and utility in Maryland, and we are also one of the oldest utilities in the country. Our gas system is about 200 years old, so that makes us a fairly old utility. But one thing that we're definitely excited about is kind of how do we move forward with customers. And one of the ways that we look to engage and move forward with customers was our program that we worked with the city of Annapolis on, so Connected Annapolis. So we worked pretty extensively on putting together a package that we felt would be kind of innovative and engaging for customers in Annapolis, Maryland. So Annapolis, Maryland, if you're not familiar with it, is the capital of Maryland. It is also a community that's on the Chesapeake Bay, and it definitely, so one of the unique features we added in here was water leak detectors. And the city of Annapolis is down near the water. They do have occasional coastal flooding. So that was a kind of a unique, engaging feature that we added to this whole program. But overall, when we did this pilot, we started in 2020. So that also posed some additional challenges to us when we launched this pilot. We went with a more of a white labeled package at the time. We definitely saw, even from when we've done this pilot to now, it's amazing how much the smart home industry as a whole has progressed, and especially looking at the Samsung platform and all the partners that they've been able to pull in over the last couple of years. It's pretty amazing to see the progress that's been made. So getting back to the BGE pilot in Annapolis, we kind of we did about 200 customers. We kind of segmented customers through 4 different journeys, kind of trying to bucketize them into different groups and try to focus their journeys on different areas that might be more of interest to them and engaging with them. So we did find definitely across the board a lot of engagement from customers. Customers, especially, it was interesting, older customers were very engaged in this, especially some seniors that wanted to tell their kids and grandkids that they were, cool and, very, up to date with this smart home. So very interesting and exciting to see engagement from a group that we didn't necessarily expect to see much engagement from. As I mentioned, we started this pilot in 2020. We initially planned a lot of in-person engagement with participants in the pilot. A lot of that had to be shifted to virtual, but it still had quite a bit of engagement online with these customers. So looking at the technology, so we had the app. At the time, we had a hub for this, the smart thermostat, smart plugs, lighting, and then the door sensors, which could be, they were window door sensors. So those were occupancy sensors essentially, and linking them to the thermostat. So if the door is open, not running the air conditioning, or in the summer, or the heat in the winter was kind of some of the key rules that we had there. And then, as I mentioned briefly, the leak detection, more of uh, a tailored approach to the customers in this specific location. And then motion detectors for occupancy as well. The customers also had the choice to integrate this with their voice assistant tool if they wanted to. And then also we partnered with the energy efficiency programs, leveraging existing rebates and incentives in those programs to allow to bring the cost down as well. So the certification process. So after the pilot was completed and wrapped up, we definitely worked extensively on the data for this, meeting with UL and EPA on this, going through, making sure we had the data that we needed. We looked at the AMI data usage, and then we also looked at extensively at the customer data. This was one thing that was very interesting, was that customers, concern about customer data was probably on the top of our list, but customers seem to be very open to sharing this information. And it's kind of surprising, having in the past gone through the whole challenge with customers when we were installing AMI meters, where there was a lot of resistance to what's going to happen with our information. And then we're going a step further with smart home, and they were mostly open and accepting of this. So it's a very interesting shift that we saw there. So some of the kind of highlights I'll run through really quick. We did see customer reduction of usage. Customers were more engaged with their usage as well, and I think this is a key thing. It's in the past, customers would get a bill and they'd be like, why is my bill high? And now, with this, we've kind of gone, offensive, more engaging, just trying to meet the customer where they're at. And it allowed us to kind of get to them, so they're understanding their usage, and they're making, changes as well, and using the tools that we've given them to make changes and drive their journey. A few quick comments from customers. One of the biggest things was, the tools. They were, the engagement. I think the second one for me was at 79%, seeing us as a utility as embracing technology, and that was something we get a lot of. It's challenging to, like, how are we going to be forward thinking with our customers, and this definitely brought that whole experience out, and it was kind of shifted the narrative a little bit on the more transactional relationship that we usually have with the customer, getting a bill, getting and paying, might get a rebate or an incentive for participating in a program, and here we are engaging with them on a regular basis. So it definitely changed that relationship with the customer. And I think I might have moved a little quick, but definitely any questions from the room? Thank you.